Good Shabbos, everyone. Pesach is drawing near, and as we look forwards towards the festival of our own emancipation as a people, I reflect upon the irony of a situation in which we find ourselves more enslaved than we ever have been for the last 60 years. Our ability to move around has been curtailed, even to the extent that we can't take our children with us to the shops. The space that we seem to have seems to decrease, and the walls of our lives are getting thinner and thinner and smaller. Is this freedom? How do we find ways to express our own personal freedom, the freedom that Pesach promises us, in an environment when we can't really get beyond the front door of our houses? I thought about our situation of being stuck in our homes, and I found somebody else in the Torah who expresses exactly the same things. And that person was Noah. After God decrees the destruction of the world, just Noah and his wife and 3 sons and their families are forced into the ark because of the deluge of the flood which has just started. Noah finds himself completely and utterly isolated from the rest of civilization. He's isolated from everybody except his most direct family and, of course, the animals under his care. While this pandemic continues, we are very much like Noah. We have social distancing from one another. We are very aware of the unfortunate and tragic deaths which surround us. Like Noah, we have to wait until our personal floods start to draw to a close, and eventually we can open up the doors and go out into the world once again. If this is a good comparison, what can we learn from Noah and his situation? Noah was placed into the ark with only his family, but that didn't mean that he didn't have any work to do. He was constantly busy taking care of the animals in his charge. For 40 days and for 40 nights, he was involved in kindness. He did not sleep. He did not rest. Feeding the animals, from the mighty lion to the lazy sloth, providing them with food, looking after their well-being. He was caring for other people and for others, and it was this caring that rebuilt the entire world. He rebuilt the entire world by creating a microcosm inside the ark where kindness and selflessness predominates. Eventually, Noah has perfected this and turned it into an art form to the extent that he throws out the dove and it comes back with an olive branch in its beak. He has rebuilt the world brick by brick by brick with kindness after it was torn apart by selfishness. I believe that on a very deep level, we are in the same boat as Noah. We've been pushed out into our own little boats of our houses, and we can't go out, just like Noah. That doesn't mean that we don't have work to do. Our work is to look at ourselves and think how we, within this closed environment, can provide kindness and selflessness to others. Thinking about others before we think about ourselves. And the truth is, I have been so personally inspired by our volunteers, now numbering more than 40, who have created these bricks of kindness, whether it is by phoning a complete stranger and finding out how they are, or providing them with their most basic needs of food and drink. They rebuild a world, and so too, rebuild your world. And once that world has been rebuilt, we will all stand outside together in the sun. I wish you a Shabbat Shalom with only peace and safety. Take care of yourselves.